sono vivo.
Io. E io sono in live comunque.
Fra, ti voglio bene, però sono incinta
No,
di me.
no.
Ok.
Il problema
Comunque mi fa...
è grave perché ci ha
Dimmi.
messo anche Fra.
Fra.
Peggiora di
Fra
molto la cosa.
Francesca. Fra è mia sorella Francesca.
Ah, grave.
Ma Fra! Ho capito tutto.
Di che?
Eh,
De che? Carichi come non mai. Oh mio Dio, mi stava cadendo il telefono. Comunque sì, carichissimi. Non avevamo una sensazione del genere da troppo. Fino alla fine, e vai. Ok, fatemi chiudere la streaming dal telefono. Tanti commenti li avrò qua. Ditemi se l'audio va bene. Perché dovrei anche regolarlo, penso. Oh god. Ok. Perfetto, meno male. Comunque benvenuti. Mancano 2 minuti a questo reveal, quasi 3, però siamo abbastanza in hype. Devo dire che la notizia di aver visto che ci sono almeno 8 personaggi giocabili, spettacolare. Potrebbero essercene di più, ma non è per niente confermato. Scusate per l'e-rape leggero, ma il mio sfondo ha un audio predefinito. Ditemi anche per caso se si vede bene la streaming, perché la qualità dovrebbe essere precisa, secondo i miei calcoli. Perfetto. Grazie mille. Dovremmo essere in più persone a guardare questo trailer, però bisogna ancora vedere, perché mi ero organizzato dovevamo essere almeno 3 persone. Io, per chi se lo chiede, sono quello che posta sempre le storie, fa sempre le domande, i sondaggi, è quello che è. Quindi sono quello che sentite più spesso giornalmente, o da poco almeno. Ho cominciato a fare queste storie da abbastanza poco.
Fra, devo cucinare, mi dispiace.
Prego, prego.
Quindi mi muto.
Vai, vai.
A
Don't
dopo.
worry. Ok. -1. Probabilmente -2 perché l'altro non si presenta. Però sono sempre qua, sempre disponibile. Questa schermata è fantastica. Si vede letteralmente niente.
Oh,
Oh, ok. Siamo
vai.
già in streaming e siamo 2. Mettiti da streaming
Due nel
veloce.
senso...
Io e te.
Ah, sì. Sì,
Mancano 9 secondi, eh?
d'accordo. Vabbè, tanto apriranno col trailer che tutti hanno già
Sì,
visto.
sì, sì, sì. Ok.
Treyarch. Treyarch, giusto perché
Sì, 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 Treyarch.
mi tolgono l'esclusiva dopo. Cioè, quando annunciano il code nuovo.
Mm. Solita intro dove fanno vedere 50 cose diverse.
50 di altri code, però.
Sì.
Ah, io intanto devo stuccare casa, calcola. Mentre
Boh,
guardo la roba.
Vai, vai.
Eh,
Ok. Mettiamo schermo intero.
ok, forse è il trailer nuovo. È il trailer nuovo?
Sì, è quello
No,
che...
no.
No, cioè è lo stesso che hanno fatto appena vedere.
È lo
Sì, sì,
sì.
sì, sì. La qualità del video sembra abbastanza... Cosa? 700... No, più alta, più alta. Ciao Mino Cionfoli. Mino Cionfoli, sì. Cionfoli? Cionfoli? Non lo so.
Comunque mi sa che c'è tutta Green Run in
Su
Blackout.
Blackout,
O
può
c'è la
essere.
mappa.
Può
Sì.
essere.
Comunque questa cosa è la più figa, quella che si vede del robot
Sì.
di Reazione Dragon.
Comunque hai visto quanto è magro Rasman?
Sì, è
È
dimagrito.
proprio magro. Cioè, non mangiare...
No, cioè non magro, però
No,
dimagrito.
è dimagrito rispetto a prima, cioè, proprio si vede.
Quello sì, non magro.
Sembra che tutti i personaggi avranno una skin zombie, nel senso tutti quelli di Blackout e di multiplayer.
Tu dici Ruin,
Ruin, sì,
cioè
sì, sì.
tipo...
Perché sembrano... Non so se sono skin predefinite di
Ah,
zombie
ma
che ci
aspetta, dici
assomigliano.
proprio le cose zombie. Sì, no, sì, penso che ciascuno di quelli abbia un...
Sì.
Ecco, sta cosa dell'operatore non mi è piaciuta troppo. Cioè, l'avevano già messo.
Ah, sì, vabbè.
Quindi, aspetta, mo sto ragionando. Se questo è l'operatore multiplayer nuovo, no?
Mm.
Su Blackout ci aggiungono gli operatori, no? Di solito.
Sì.
E quindi significa che avremo due Reaper, uno versione BO3 e uno versione BO4.
Oppure gli mettono semplicemente il loghetto Bio4 assieme a Bio3.
Però poi devono renderlo gratuito per tutti o comunque raggiungibile.
Vabbè, sì.
È una palla. Significa che allora...
Questo è un game design fatto
abbiamo preso al
male?
culo.
Ok, l'unica parte interessante.
Io non ho capito questo. Cioè, Richtofen Primis
Ci
con
sono...
gli altri
Ci sono tutti.
Ultimis?
Ci sono tutti e 8. Perché Call of Duty sul
Lo
loro
so, ho visto
Instagram...
che ha pubblicato la roba.
Ci
Sì,
sono
sì.
tutti e 8. E sembra
Secondo me
che
si può
siano
switchare
giocabili
in
solo...
partita tra Ultimis e Primis di corrispettivi personaggi.
Può essere, ma non credo. Cioè, mettici un tasto che te lo fa fare, forse lo potresti fare, ma non penso.
Boh, un
E
tasto.
qua,
Un tasto top.
una freccetta. No, aspetta, sono quelle... Niente. Oh, ok. Comincia la streaming.
Ok.
Uh.
Vediamo che dici.
Those players who manage to finish those two maps will now realise that those two groups of characters have met.
Oh,
This is up to Alpha Omega, where for the first time ever,
ok, quindi due easter egg secondo me.
Amori, mi dispiace non
Nah.
poter fare la live con voi, purtroppo.
Ma non ti preoccupare.
Oh, zitto, zitto.
so now we're back in Newtown, but it's not the Newtown that we played.
Dai, grazie al cazzo, Newtown è la mappa più piccola di COD.
Slightly larger area, unfortunately.
Quanto?
That brings us to places
400% più grande.
Buono.
space above ground and below ground.
Sì, ma significa che 4 volte Newtown significa che è piccola uguale, eh?
Beh, non ti lamentare.
Newtown's always been a fun map in the zombie story. Well, originally it was a very small map. It had elements in it that were hinting at something more.
Newtown as a location is such a big part of this zombie story. So much has happened, so much that we haven't really talked about.
So at Newtown's broken down facility, we find that there's been some secret packages for trade.
Mhm.
We want players to
Ok.
feel comfortable back to Newtown and do that for these spaces. But there's so much more to experience and adding new features and new types.
A couple of them are based on realistic scrolls in the center. They are an evolution of these creatures. There's the jolting jack, and there's the level 6 water. The jolting
Oh,
jack
Oddio,
ok.
che schifo.
Si sente bassissima, risolvo subito.
bolts at you.
So I can remember playing zombies for the very first time. I remember playing through it and thinking, wow, this is really something special that we have here. And then to see it come full circle, now we have an operation in Black Ops 4 that's fully themed for zombies, and we're pulling all of this narrative and all of this lore that we've built up over multiple titles, multiple games, and multiple maps is super exciting. Kind of see that all come to fruition. I think players are really going to enjoy it and be excited by it.
Basta.
You just heard from Craig, from Daniel,
Porca
from Mark,
puttana.
and joining
My
us
bad.
here in the studio today is our lead writer, Mr. Craig Houston.
Woo!
Good morning, John.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm very excited, you know.
All right.
You know what happens when I get excited.
What happens?
Good things happen in zombies. At least that's the plan.
Well, it seems like there's quite a bit going on with this
Oh, boy.
operation.
Oh, boy.
All things zombies, but within the zombies experience itself, there is quite a bit of story to catch us up on.
Mm-hmm.
So, the experience is called,
Alpha, Omega, yeah.
but it blends a number of different experiences. Bring us up to speed on.
Well, yeah. It's amazing that quite a lot's happened. Quite a lot's happened so far in Black Ops 4, particularly with regards to the Ether story. We last saw our gang in 2 maps at launch, Blood of the Dead and Classified. I think it's probably fair to give some spoilers at this point.
Vai, ti
I'll try
prego.
and keep it light. At the end of Blood of the Dead, we saw the Primus crew finally breaking out of the cycle. But more than that, we saw that Nikolai Belinsky has now assumed the mantle of leadership. Richtofen gave him the Chronorium, and so from this point on, it's Nikolai, not Richtofen, that's calling the shots. Whereas over on Classified, we finally learned that the Ultimus versions of the characters didn't actually die on the moon. But more than that, at the very end of the map, they met the Primus version. So we had Primus and Ultimus face to face. Where are we going to go from there? Well, guess what Idiot Craig decided?
Comunque, Blandello non
Let's
ci,
put
non
them
ci lavora
all
più
in one
praticamente.
map and
Beh, il
double
capo
the
di
narrative
Treyarch, non
walkthrough.
di-
So that's what we did.
Well,
Sì,
let's
vabbè,
talk to
ovvio.
Idiot Craig about
Yes.
this is so whenever you talk about sort of the narrative workload, put it in perspective. Whenever when you take on an experience like Blood of the Dead, like Classified, you're generally talking about how many lines of script.
From 2,500 is probably an average. We've gone up above that sometimes on maps like Revelations, and that's split between our principal characters and any kind of audio logs or guest appearances that we might have. For Alpha Omega, it's actually about 5,500
Yeah.
lines.
Dio
So
buono.
when you've got Primus and Ultimus running around
Quanti,
together on
quanti
the same
dialoghi
map
ci sono
in
che me lo so
5.000 dialoghi.
different foursomes, you know, it's fun to see how they react to each other and how they reconcile
Comunque
their
calcola stai qualche secondo in
various
ritardo tu,
differences. So, you know, beyond
Eh
just
sì, perché ho
all
messo
their
la grafica.
dialogue, this is also one of the biggest maps we've ever done in terms of narrative Easter eggs. Let me just say, there's a lot of ancillary characters that you have met in the past, or if you've not met them, you've at least heard about them, and they are going to pop up in various ways
Okay.
throughout the map.
Ok.
Well, whenever we talk about the map, which we're going to get into shortly, I mean, we're talking about an experience that, so from a narrative perspective, what,
Huge.
5,500 lines?
Huge.
And the map itself is several
Replay.
100% larger than.
Well, I mean, that's the big thing. I mean,
Well, we'll get to it.
do I start taking a look? Should we take a look?
Well, so
Sì.
you know what? Probably.
Sì.
Let's jump into it.
Ah!
Yeah.
I think the first thing is
Occhi
that, you know,
bianchi.
there's been a lot
Ho
of
visto, li avevo
rumors
già
for a
visti.
while that we were going to be going to Nuketown, but as always, things are never as simple as they appear. I mean,
They are not.
the sign that you'll see when you arrive identifies it as Camp Edward, which, you know, isn't quite what people thought Nuketown was necessarily, because what it turns out to be is that it is a front for something else, something much, much larger. This is actually a facility owned and operated by a group known as Broken Arrow. And once you start scratching the surface, you're going to realize that, you know, the Nuketown that you think you know really is, I was going to say literally the tip of the iceberg, but that's not true. It's figuratively the tip of the iceberg. I think the overall map is many times larger than the original. I can't remember the exact proportion, so I'll just say if it was like that, it's more like that.
We've got a
Okay.
very complicated relationship with icebergs this year.
Well, we don't make stories. That's the chaos story. So just keep that to the
Just in
side.
general,
Just
man.
keep that to
Fair,
the side.
Fair. Okay, so talk to us a little bit about the implications of having the Primus and Ultimus crews working together for the first time. How does that begin shaping our experience here?
I think everyone knows that, you know, the main difference, the Primus crew got to go on a very kind of emotional journey, searching for their souls and trying to save them and everything. Whereas Ultimus were a bit more goofy, stumbling around, having a bit of a laugh and not caring too much about the fate of the universe.
Comunque
Now,
marca
under
molto il fatto che Nicolai è il capo.
Nikolai's leadership, you know, obviously
Sì,
he's going to
appena
first of
adesso,
all
sì,
find
sì,
out
sì.
that things weren't quite as simple as he thought, and, you know, Richterman always had reasons for
notare
keeping
la
secrets to
Reagan
himself.
Mark II
Nikolai's going to
nel-
struggle a little bit with that.
nella
Because
cassetta di
once you've read
sicurezza.
that
Non so se
Chronorium,
lo
you
vedi.
know
Non l'ho
what's
vista,
coming.
aspetta.
Should
Ah
you
sì, la
tell
vedo, la
people,
vedo.
or do you try and just nudge them along? Or did the book say that you never told them? It's a real can of worms, but like I say, getting the different versions of the characters in the same map, you really, really see the contrast, you know. Richterman, Ultimus Richterman, insane. Utterly insane. I mean, Primus is only marginally more stable, but he's got kind of a mellower soul. Drunk Nikolai bumbling around looking for his vodka and going on about his ex-wives. As I say, it's kind of a reminder of how far the characters have come, and seeing what they do and don't recognise in each other is part of the fun.
Well,
Sembra.
you get to play as both.
Yes.
Well, tell us, was that a bit of a reunion of sorts? Was it a walk down memory lane from a narrative standpoint in terms of like how those personalities?
In a weird way, it's funny. I remember
Sì, ma non
seeing
hanno
this
ancora
when
fatto vedere
we did
nulla di
Classified.
Nuketown,
Because we'd
di
spent so long
nuovo.
with Primus since
stai
Origins
vedendo
forward,
dentro la
really,
mappa.
and we tried to make them more realistic and give them
Si è
a lot
accesa la
more
luce.
emotional resonance,
Cazzo
which I
di-
definitely think
Hanno
we
acceso la
achieved. You know, if
corrente.
you look at the Black
Ah, la
Ops
corrente.
season and all
C'è
those
ragione.
death scenes. It was nice to see people crying as much as I actually cried when I wrote some of them, because
It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. I'm sorry.
it wasn't. No, it's no laughing matter. You know, and that emotional journey that we'd taken them on, that was hugely important to me. So when we first decided to go back to Ultimus, a little part of me was a bit, they weren't as much fun. They didn't have as much. But once I started writing the jokes again and making myself laugh a lot,
Yeah.
and hopefully other people, it's no good if it's
Oh,
just me
no.
that laughs, but you know, so initially
no.
there was
I
a
cani
bit
sono
of a
tutti
resistance from me
esplosivi.
to bring back Ultimus, because I thought we'd progress the characters,
Yeah.
but doing Classified and then doing this,
È iniziato da poco.
together, it's, you know, it's
Abbastanza
the best of both
poco.
worlds, it really is.
C'è un boss.
So
Dove?
here we are. Find ourselves.
No,
back
dice
in
c'è un
Nuketown.
boss.
Yep.
Take us on a stroll, Greg.
Take us on a stroll.
Okay.
Well, look, there's a bus. It's not the bus. It's not going anywhere. That's not to say that Ted isn't necessarily going to appear somewhere down the line.
Ooh.
You know, he's a robot. He's kind of difficult to get rid of.
Cosa
So,
vuoi?
like I was saying
Ha
earlier,
ha
a
detto
lot of
che ci
these
sarà Ted
areas
da
are
qualche
gonna
parte.
be familiar to people.
Molto
Obviously, with
probabilmente.
a slight twist. There's
Hai
gonna
detto
be
un
lots
robot,
of
no?
Sì, ha detto
like every
Ted
time
precisamente, ha
you
detto
do a map,
Ted.
you know, gets
Ah,
its own
ok.
sheen on it. But this, like I said earlier, literally just represents a small fraction of actually what's there to be discovered. So, you know, we
Sottoterra,
let people
ovviamente.
start off thinking they know what they're getting
La
into,
grafica del gioco è un
and
po'...
then as they get deeper into the game, we obviously pull the rug out from under them, and suddenly they're in a state of panic, not knowing what's coming next. That's the way we do things.
Talk to me a little bit about sort of the lighting and the environment. To me, I mean, it's a beautiful looking map.
It is, and in fact, that's one of the things that the characters will
Raga,
talk
cosa stanno
quite a lot
dicendo?
about. Is
Eh?
in fact, I think
Cosa stanno
it's
dicendo?
Stanno parlando di
Ultimus
come i
Nikolai
personaggi
says,
parleranno di quanto sia
"Who
bella
are
la mappa.
millionaires who live in such luxury?"
Ho letto un po' su
So
Twitter.
they all have their impressions of what's going on in the map. But as you see now, we're starting to go into some of the lower levels, into
Ok,
the,
la
the
cioè,
Broken Arrow
è
facility.
molto
where-
simile a quella di
yeah,
Blackout.
like all our good
Sì, sì,
scientific
l'ho vista, l'ho
research
vista.
groups, they've been doing all
L'ho
sorts
visto dal
of things
trailer
that
che avevano
maybe
Io ho
pubblicato.
letto,
shouldn't have
ho
been
letto su
doing,
Twitter che
or
ha detto che è,
definitely
è 400%
consequences
volte
Sì.
più grande dell'originale.
Sì, sì, sì.
As we find ourselves
L'originale è New
talk to us a
Crown,
little bit about
come dico
Sì,
io.
ma a
quindi-
me non sembra sinceramente.
I'm seeing things in
Dallo
Newtown
spawn è
that
un po' più grande, cioè lo spawn ha un po' più zone.
It's of a
No,
magnitude.
ma sicuramente come classified c'è una
four, I
zona
think is the right way to say
che
it.
col
4
teletrasporto
times
raggiungi
bigger.
Può
una
essere.
zona
What you used to
esterna
see
alla
was
mappa.
a quarter
Sarà
of
qualcosa
what's
col
really there
transit.
now.
Ah, comunque
I'm just
spawni-
putting
Sì, sì.
statistics in different
Spawni
ways
prima
here, and I'm
del
aware,
cartello
but yeah, it's
Welcome
at
to
least 4
Camp
times the
qualcosa.
size before
E quanto è grande?
Newtown.
È un rettangolo, ma
what were
ci sono anche delle case dove puoi entrare. A destra e a sinistra, se non sbaglio.
Well, I mean, the biggest one for me really was narrative, to kind of get into the narrative history of the building. I mean, I remember people asking me years and years ago, why was Marlton in the bunker? So, you know, that's something that we're going to get to revisit a little bit, shall we say. So,
Ok,
Sì, ma
grazie.
me la ricordo che era così
even beyond what people
Blackout.
actually knew of Newtown, there
Sì,
was
ma
just
così
a
era,
lot
sì.
of very
Circa
significant
così.
narrative threads
Ecco,
that we
adesso
knew
non
that
so
we
che caso
had
stanno
to come back
inquadrando.
to. I mean, we explored a
Il
little bit
Paca
of
Punch.
Broken
Io ho
Arrow
visto
in
il
the
Paca
Call Out
Punch. No, no, no.
series we did
Sì, sì,
a
c'era.
couple of years ago with
Ah,
the
c'è il
Victus
Pagavanci.
crew.
Ah, vabbè, ma sempre a
We saw
mappa.
some of
Si
Rustin's
vede anche in
history to
Blackout
that.
una cosa simile.
But this is much more of a deep dive.
Ma non mi
and you will
piace
get
questa
to
cosa
see
che hanno ripreso la
some of the
struttura
things they are
uguale.
responsible for, including some twists on traditional enemies and traditional weapons. I think you saw some lightning hounds running around there who are a little bit of a variation on the usual
Yeah. Just
hellhounds.
a note for viewers. This
Yes.
is a sort of pre-release build. There's some temp audio in there, so
Yeah, it might be some of mine. So if you hear a Scottish person or a robot yelling out, that's just because this build is before we had implemented in the actual actors dialogue. That's another thing. God, they had fun doing both
Ma
characters.
Ah,
that'll,
ok.
that'll sound a little different tomorrow when it's out.
No,
Yes.
ho appena detto che siccome
ok.
i personaggi non parlano è perché non
so-
hanno messo l'audio dei personaggi che parlano.
Va.
Prior to
In questa build.
just over the last couple
Quello è
of days,
Ted,
we've seen
a destra,
the Ray Gun Mark
nella
Oh
finestra.
yeah, the Ray Gun Mark II.
on,
l'ha
on our
passato.
social channels. Talk to us about the Ray Gun Mark
Io
II.
sto tornando
Well,
indietro.
Ray guns have got a long
Mo parlo
history in
della...
zombies.
Avete visto la scritta?
Era
Quale?
People always
Quale scritta light?
like to see the ray
Oh, è
gun
vero,
coming
c'è Ted,
back.
l'ho visto.
And this time the ray gun Mark II is coming back with a very special twist. I
Ok.
don't want to explain exactly how it functions, but let's just say you can modify it or put it together
Ok, si può
in a
potenziare
number of
la Mark
different
II.
ways that significantly alter its functionality. So it kind of becomes a customize your own ray gun the way you like kind of ray gun. Good old Ray.
Non si è capito un cazzo, cioè ho capito
So,
custom.
Puoi modificare la Reagan,
The-
semplicemente.
La Reagan.
the
Something
Ray
wrong with the
Vabbè, c'era
masking.
potenziabile.
If I'm not
Cioè,
mistaken,
pensabile
there's a new
Beh, Light sicuramente,
Yes.
contando che hanno anche parlato di Ted già dentro
Sounds good, doesn't it?
questa-
Sounds
questo
good
trailer.
already.
Oh,
well,
parla
this
del
one
perk.
I particularly like because what it does is when you're doing a lot of damage and killing a lot of
Vedi,
zombies,
fa
you
spawnare
have
il
this
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Bello.
L'avevano liccato su
a wolf.
Reddit.
A wolf known as Luna, who will then
E
fight
raccoglierai
alongside
pure i
you,
bonus.
jumping up the zombies
Ci sta.
and
Cioè, non è...
killing zombies. That's good.
Vabbè,
niente
Usually
malvagio.
this map, the lightning hounds
Però
are
bisogna vedere come
nice
funziona.
little
Cioè,
dogs.
metti che l'hai attivato tipo di una bomba che non vuoi
And the last
prendere.
one I think was the the ghost dog in the Reisendrache.
Sembra che è attivazione perché la barra sta scendendo.
Sì, però
Alright,
come si attiva?
so
Cioè devi ricomprarlo.
Forse devi uccidere per caricarlo?
right over the top a little bit,
immagino di
down
sì,
the road, with
No.
the ether story in the next
Ma
DLC.
magari quando è scarico proprio.
It
Può
takes
essere.
me back to my office.
Sì, sarebbe
Questo
OP se
era-
no, è giusto.
No,
Ciao,
it's
Samuele
gonna,
Pinos.
it's going to take us. We're so close to the end now. We're so close to wrapping up the story threads. that
L'hai
we've been
detto
running
tu,
for a long
Sta
time.
per
A lot
finire,
of
l'hai
them
detto tu.
come together and coalesce within Alpha Omega, but there are other things within this map that are going to.
Comunque factions,
into the next
Sì, sì.
operation in our
Stiamo
DLC
aspettando.
war. And there will be a lot of answers. There will be a lot of
Speriamo.
pain. There will be a lot of
Prossima
joy.
mappa con la prossima
and
operazione,
maybe a
quindi
few
tra
tears as well, but yeah,
2 mesi,
I'm looking
a
forward to
settembre.
wrapping it up.
All right. So let's just sort of let's recap everything here. Make
Okay.
sure that
Okay.
we've covered it all. Huge narrative,
Yep.
larger
Biggest
map,
ever.
larger map, larger play space. Playing as both Primus and Ultimus
Yes.
crew. Brand new experience. Ray Gun Mark II, new perk. What are we leaving out?
The secret things that we're not going to talk about.
The secret thing.
Because there's always, back to your iceberg metaphor again.
Yeah.
What we've said today, it's a bigger bit of iceberg, but it's still not the entirety of the iceberg. There's-
Okay.
As I say, there's a bunch of ancillary and/or guest characters, both allies and enemies, that are going to pop up as you progress in the main
Alleati.
So lots to
Craig, thank you
Okay.
very much for joining us. Really appreciate it. In honor of tomorrow's release of Alpha Omega, we brought along a little bit of gameplay. So here's a sneak peek.
Grazie. Altro, per favore.
Faranno vedere molto. Ah,
No, gameplay di...
the
Play
next
trailer.
phase of our journey? I wish I could forewarn you of what
Vabbè,
is to
tornano i
come.
perk BO4
What is
normali,
at stake?
ovviamente.
Show them no mercy! There is more to this facility than meets the eye.
Quindi con l'arrivo dei Nova Crawlers, c'è il tirapugni, che bello. C'è il
Davvero? Non l'ho visto.
tirapugni. Sì.
Oh, c'è il tirapugni!
ho Mark 2 doppia.
Mark 2 doppia, cosa? Non aprire la porta. Oh. Ok,
Ok, multiplayer sarà.
mi piace.
No, scusa, Blackout.
Welcome back. Zombies continues to invade every other mode of the
Mi
game,
piace.
including multiplayer. And here
Per
to
quelli che
tell us
stanno
more
guardando, se
story,
volete fermarvi
all things multiplayer and Operation
e magari
Fire,
abbasso il
20
volume
Flame,
così si sente
Levels,
più noi che
and
commentiamo quello che abbiamo appena visto, ditemelo, se
Awesome
no
to be here, John.
continuiamo a
Thanks for
guardare.
having us.
All right, let's jump right into it. Let's get into kind of an overview for launch week. Let's start with news around Reaper. Tony, what did you bring for us?
Reaper is coming into the multiplayer game. We're super excited for that. He is bringing his scythe, his specialist weapon. It's a big machine gun, as you might expect. It's a little different than you've seen it before. It's Black Ops 4 is it's prequel. It's in a different time period than Black Ops 3. So he doesn't have his minigun arm yet. What he does have is a giant double-barreled 50 cal machine gun. So he pulls that bad boy out. And it's pretty straightforward. You shoot it fires big bullets that do a lot of damage.
Please, hold on. For some of our newer players, can you please explain how that works?
Yeah, sorry, I'll slow down.
Mi fa ridere come Craig commentava dicendo ci saranno tanti cose riguardanti la storia, tanti modi in cui ti potresti mettere a piangere, gioire e rattristirti, ma loro dicono
So,
guarda, c'ho il fucile
when
grande.
you fire it from the hip, it's gonna be firing from both barrels, doing a lot of damage, and it'll be doing a pretty slow fire rate. But once you aim up, you're gonna zoom in a little bit, and that's when you really rev it up, and it's gonna be firing those things at an even faster fire rate, devastating against players, score streaks, equipment, pretty much anything. You're gonna be a little bit slow and vulnerable while you're using it, though. So that's Reaper's specialist weapon. And to accommodate that,
Yeah.
Reaper has got the Shroud, which is his equipment, his special issue equipment. So the way the Shroud works, it basically creates an area on the minimap that completely blacks it out for enemies. So you can't be seen by
MP.
enemy fog of war. You
Specialista
can't
fa
be seen by
cagare,
enemy UAVs.
Vabbè, Reaper.
Anything like that. When you fire your weapon, you don't show up. The whole area within this shroud, when it's deployed, is blocked out to enemies. So it's a great spot to get your whole team up. You can just lay down fire with your scythe, and no one will know necessarily where you are based on the mini-map. They'll have to find you the old-fashioned way, finding your tracers and your gunfire and all that. So it synergizes really well with his scythe, and it creates some new gameplay opportunities where if you're trying to either hold down an area where your team's at and you don't want to be seen in there, you can do that, or you can, if you're attacking an objective, you can shoot the shroud. It fires kind of like the sensor dart, so you can shoot in a trajectory at a distance, and that way you're laying cover for your team.
Letteralmente il sensor darto ma al contrario.
Interesting way to play with,
Sì.
with the
È il
minimap.
sensor darto ma al
All right,
contrario.
so, but there's also some news on the party game front. What are we bringing with this operation?
So starting tomorrow, Sticks and Stones, the new party game mode.
piace il
Break
fatto
my
che
bones.
dicono-
Bella la
feature
crossbow.
playlist.
Bella la crossbow.
Hanno rimesso
It's a
sta
party game
cosa.
mode, so you can bring
No,
your
no,
friends
ma mi
in.
piace il fatto
It's a
che dicono
free-for-all. We've been having a ton
la
of
nuova
fun playing just the
modalità
other day.
vecchia.
So the way
della
this game mode
pietra.
works, it's a free-for-all.
Esatto,
Quello
Find against
la
è
somebody
nuova
in there.
modalità. età
And
della
you load
pietra.
out with,
Bellissima.
with an explosive
però è
crossbow.
stata una delle
Shoot
modalità che ho
somebody with a
giocato
crossbow. It's not
praticamente di
gonna
più dei
kill him
party
when it
games.
hits
Sì,
him,
ma
but
è
it's gonna blow
bella
up
come
shortly
modalità.
after and then
Sì,
knock
questa è
down.
figa.
So that's a skill shot. It's a projectile. Then when you switch to your secondary weapon, you got a ballistic knife.
Grazie.
So instant kill melees or the ballistic knife, you hit him with that. Also a skill
Solo a
shot.
me non piace il
And
coltello
then as your
sinistro
equipment,
del...
everyone's got a hatchet. It's another skill shot
Cioè, tu
weapon.
pensa
So it's a lot
che
of fun. You're running around
su Black
trying to
Ops
hit
3,
each
quando ho
other with these,
fatto le
trying to lead
125
players.
vittorie,
If there's
mi hanno
kind of a
dato
little
il
rock paper
coltellino
scissors going
balistico
on there, where you got a melee on the ballistic knife.
come arma a fuoco.
But on the crossbow, you've got explosives, but they don't die
Ah,
immediately.
quelle
And then,
125. Ok, ho
the
capito.
Sì,
hatchet-
sì,
the
pensa
hatchet has got
che
kind of
bella
the,
presa per il culo.
the real
No, io
So
avevo
the
avuto
way
la
that the scoring
crossbow
works,
tripla
let's talk a
ed
little bit
era
about that.
straforte.
Yeah.
Pure io la
Ecco,
crossbow
il
ce l'ho.
calcolo è
kill
forte,
enemy
io però
with
non ce l'ho.
Sì,
the crossbow or the ballistic knife, it's going to be 100 points towards your score. Person with the most score at the end of the game wins. Hatchet only gets you 50 points, but the person that you're taking out with the hatchet, their score is completely zeroed out.
Madonna!
So it's that's kind of what makes the
It's so brutal.
it's what makes the game so fun though, because you could go on such a crazy run. You're like, oh, I want to be in first place. You get to first place.
Non era
and
già
you
così?
realize everyone's trying to take you out with a hatchet.
Tipo.
It's literally like,
Yeah.
great, I'm first.
ballesta.
Ma cosa?
Oh, no.
Che se ti lancio il tomahawk i tuoi punti vanno a zero.
Certo.
Sì, è sempre stato
c'era.
così.
Ah, ok,
So
ok.
to help
Stato-
drive the action on that, we've got a UAV ping
Yeah.
that happens about every minute, just to make sure that the first place player isn't camping too much. And not only is there a UAV ping, but if you are in first place, you're going to be shown with a gold dot instead of a red dot. So everyone's going to know where you are. They're going to be coming after you. So
Beh, hanno
there is no
modificato una
safety.
cosa sola, la minimappa.
It's just a ton of fun.
All right,
Non l'ho
so
vista.
that's Sticks and Stones.
Hanno-
That's awesome stuff.
hanno
We
messo
also
che
have
il
some maps
primo
for
è
everyone
è
at the
d'oro.
Black Ops Pass, and Miles is over here. He brought some footage. He brought a build.
Ah, minimappa
I
cerchio
brought
ce la puoi mettere
a
tu.
lot of builds.
Zitto,
real
zitto, bro,
thing.
che
Yeah.
le
I'm
nuove
super
mappe.
excited to talk about the new maps coming out in Apocalypse Z. Like we've tried to
Ok,
do with
questo.
Oh, Dress and Drag.
all of the
Questa
maps
è la
of
più
this
bella.
operation, we
Usa-
really themed them
Lo voglio
appropriate to
anch'io.
the operation. And this is all
Il no
about
clip.
zombies and
Lo
the
voglio
rest
anch'io il no
of the
clip.
game. And so it really took to
Su
that
PS4.
heart, what are some cool elements we
Sì,
haven't
vabbè,
done
ma sarà
in the
PC
multiplayer
invece,
maps?
cazzo.
This map that we're looking at is called
non
their
so
Shattered.
come
Guarda,
which
raga, si
means
vede-
the
si vede
shadow,
dei Reazione
and
Drag,
this
che
is
bello.
all
Aspetta.
about-
Dove? Ah, lì sopra,
Tell us
sì.
about
Sì.
the naming meeting on that one. How did that go?
Well, this is actually, it's pretty different for MP because we haven't done a German map. Zombies has done this before with Reazione and some of the other stuff they've done. Is this
Sì.
map actually relates one to
Mamma?
one to Reazione? Because if you look up here,
Ok,
you've actually got
figo.
the castle Reazione is this whole map takes place in the shadow, which is why it's called the shadow of Reazione. So we've kind of
Quindi è
claimed them
letteralmente
together in
la
that sense.
stessa cosa.
So
Cioè,
you
è
get
la
to
mappa,
in this
tu ti
little
devi immaginare
offshoot
loro che si
town,
sparano
but
mentre gli altri
the
fanno
main
l'easter
thing is
egg.
that the
E la
giant
luna non è
Sì,
distrutta,
stanno lì.
ok.
robot sort of
Sì, sì.
has fallen victim across the entire
Infatti
which is
il
pretty cool.
robot a inizio
You get these
partita c'è il
really
robot
epic,
ficcato,
Però
gameplay
questo qua mi
moments
sembra un
fighting
robot
in his guts,
sovietico.
basically.
Yeah.
So you're crawling
No,
through
no,
and it's
c'era la
totally
croce
smashed
celtica.
this church, and what's really cool is that the
Sicuro.
element 115
Vi
has got
prego,
these
fate
supernatural
esplodere la luna a
properties
fine
where things
partita.
are
O dopo
not
un
as
po',
they seem, so
tipo,
things are
per favore.
floating. He's leaking his guts everywhere,
Oddio,
and he gets some
sarebbe
really cool
bellissimo.
gameplay.
Sì. Sarebbe
You come
l'unica
out
cosa
here,
vedi,
decente.
vedi, vedi,
this is
vedi,
where
vedi.
his head's falling,
È sovietico.
naturally, because it fell off of the church.
No, no, no,
Smashed
no, no, no.
down. But
Oddio,
what's really
cioè,
cool is this is like a really awesome power position.
non
If
c'è...
you're watching
no.
it,
Riconosco la
Sai, c'è
testa.
l'attacco
visor and feel
laser.
like you're the robot,
Sai, c'è
you know,
l'attacco
which is
laser,
something really
aspetta.
cool. And then you get little green interact button. If you see his finger over there, you can time it because you can see
no.
the shadow
Ah, no.
and
È che puoi
player
passare
Caccia
zitto.
press this bad boy.
Boh.
Sì,
and
schiaccia
that
il
finger's
Boh,
gonna
non so
smash
quanto
enemies
possa
to
essere
bits,
utile,
which
visto
is
che
very good. pretty exciting.
Va anche
So
un
this is
delay
pretty cool. It's a cool little
abbastanza
thing to kind of block them and also kind of
evidente.
smash them down if you can. But this map is very different, right? It does take place at night. We're trying to mirror, again, what was in Horizon Rock and offer some new and interesting things. And I got this train station. The long engagement down the street is super interesting in terms of decision making, because you can have these really long engagements, or you can cut through the backside and cut through some of these buildings. So we think in the portfolio of the Operation Z maps, it's really, really interesting. We've also got some hidden friends that like to hang out as well. A little zombie action.
E non sono controllati.
Senza occhi.
Senza
Some cool
occhi.
stuff overall. This is like what we call our little Christmas lane. Some bad juju happened here, unfortunately. But we're really excited about this because it's got some really interesting
È
stuff
proprio vero che
overall.
gli zombie se non li
It is a
controlla nessuno
larger
non fanno
map, and
niente.
What that allows us to do is there's just a lot of
Bella
different
mappa, bello
ways to
tutto,
move
però
around the
può
map
giocarla
and
solo
flank
che
players
season
and
pass.
try to outsmart them
Beh,
in really, really cool and clever
così
ways
impari a
overall.
prenderlo su
So we're
PC,
excited to get to
se l'hai
see this.
preso, non mi ricordo.
Talk a little bit
Sì,
about
assolutamente.
the design process or the creative process behind this, because I mean, whenever you said that, the team really kind of took it to heart, you weren't kidding.
No, yeah, this is exciting because we were like, hey, we're gonna do a zombie operation. You're like, what does that mean? And then the team starts to go, okay, man, what have we not done? And we really haven't showcased some of the awesome sort of what the zombies team has been doing and bring that into multiplayer and enhance that through multiplayer. And this is where we were, I want to get in this visor, we want to fight it. This was a cool idea we had, and now it
Non ci
becomes a
sono
power
due mappe,
position.
dico.
What happens if the
Sì,
dust
sì,
and
faranno vedere
this
una
robot
dopo.
falls over the entire map? What does that mean to the village? How does that change normal flow? Just offer some really, really cool opportunities, and then fighting around the floating
Cade
stuff.
nel mezzo della
1.5
mappa?
is
Non
pretty
c'è il mezzo
cool
che
and exciting
giochi?
overall. So it's just more opportunities.
Spero
to do
di
things
sì,
we haven't
però
done
no.
before,
Sembra di sì.
visually and gameplay wise.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that for the zombies, the theme, right? Everything's supposed to fit in. That's actually why we chose Reaper for this operation, because
Perché
he
sembra il
can't be
robottone.
infected by this- can't be bitten by the zombies.
That's
No,
right.
He's a
Prego.
robot.
Naturally immune.
Ah, no,
He is the
ok.
zombie Terminator.
Che
Well,
ridere.
that's super cool, but
Wow.
that's not the only map we've got. There's 3 maps
Perché su
in all,
PC non c'è il
and
season
right now you
pass?
are taking us
Sì, c'è
to
su.
a new one.
C'è.
Where are we at right now?
Yeah, so
C'è,
this,
c'è.
Quello
this
che non ho
map's called
comprato.
Remnant, and it takes
C'è, ma non
place
l'ha preso uno
in
degli admin,
Louisiana
semplicemente.
marshes. So
Non
it's
è
got
che
this
non
really
c'è su
creepy,
PC.
supernatural vibe. And where we are at is at the Museum of Unnatural
Ok,
History.
questa è
and
carina.
we really love this map because what we've started to do was grab bits and pieces of zombie history
Letteralmente.
and do a little twist on it. So if we go to the Crater of Hell exhibit, this will actually take us to the moon.
Moon.
And so we've got this little cool diorama.
Però è
of
simpatica sta cosa.
Zombie players would know. This is the sort of
Sì,
the
sì,
moon
figa.
stuff. And you'd come out here and you get to play in the actual
Oddio
moon.
che
Non
figo.
è
What
là
we've done is this
l'MPD, oh.
museum has started to buy these artifacts
Vabbè.
around the world. They don't
Beh, in
actually
realtà
know that
poteva
they're
essere
zombified,
in
and
realtà
so they happen to
potrebbe
buy it
essere lì,
naturally, and they
Cioè,
buy
nel
one, and
senso,
unfortunately
prima che
it's still
costruissero la
alive, and it
stazione.
unleashes
Può essere.
chaos
Può
across
essere
the
che era
entire
così.
map,
Sì, sì, può essere.
turning people into zombies.
Qua è
and
zona
here we are in
Voyage
the
of
aftermath,
Despair, a cui
and
oggi ho
some of the
giocato.
people have turned into zombies. This is like an
Forse
astronaut
ci
that was
gioco pure
showing
io
people the moon area. Now he's a zombie, and he's stuck up there.
Ci hanno
It's
messo
like
gli
little
zombie
cool
nel
vignettes
museo.
around that we really get to embellish. And then it's really cool visual contrast and gameplay contrast where you step into this environment and you feel like you're,
Ho
you're
già
on the
visto
moon.
Dinner.
And you get this really, high to low differentiation.
Devo vedere
Get in the
se
crater 'cause
Ted
you've
è
got
qua
some, like, hard
o
points
su
here and dom stuff, which is
Blackout.
really super unique. And then
Spero
you
sia
step
su
out and you're
Blackout
into a
perché
whole new
sarebbe
world.
molto-
Sarebbe
Hey,
più
let's
figo,
go to
però...
the bus,
Oh, ecco.
bus to the beyond,
No, è qua.
which is transit.
Ecco qua.
Right,
qua,
so now
qua,
we're
sì.
at the diner, and we got our fake people eating in there. Again, little zombie over there eating stuff in there. But it's really cool because this is all about getting into that
Zombie.
bus, and you've never actually played this MP, so now you're in the bus. You're trying
Vedi
to hold
cosa
it
intendevo
down.
per
There's a
il
lot of
uso
objectives
multiplayer.
around here. This map's the first map we've actually done 7
Cioè?
hard points, which is super
Che te
interesting.
l'avevo detto anche
And,
prima
the
quando
map's
è
pretty
uscito il
big
trailer.
overall,
Ah,
and
sì,
we're
sì.
going to try to maximize that
fermo.
space. So you get this
Sì,
a
sì,
lot of
infatti,
variety as you're playing the maps, and a lot of
Non
clever
è male
choices
come
to
idea.
make on the inside to outside.
What were the playtests like with that? How'd that all pan out?
We
col
were a
Pago
little worried, but
Punch,
surprisingly, everyone was
cazzo.
like, "Man, this is awesome. We
Vabbè
should
che
do
si è
more of
finto
that."
e basta, però
Which is cool,
Magari
except
un
you need more space,
teletrasporto.
so it was just like,
Ci metti
you
le
Ma
armi
ce n'è
ne-
un
take,
altro.
but it worked
C'è
out.
un'altra cosa che è il
The next
teletrasporto.
exhibit is what
Cioè,
we're calling the
letteralmente
Reazione.
il
C'è il
teletrasporto,
teletrasporto.
sì,
This
sì,
is
sì,
basically
sì.
kind of a
sì.
small recreation of Titanic. So
Male.
we've taken some of the
Voyage.
bits from Titanic.
Ah, bellissima.
You're at sea here. And then we've
Vabbè, mi
got
piace
all
sta
these
cosa che
ghosts.
hanno
The
reso
story
tutto
being here is that these
piccolissimo
souls
delle
from
varie
off
mappe,
Titanic
però
are trapped in the museum, and again, they're trying to sell, kind of trying to scare you. It's like the haunted mansion kind of Disneyland is. They don't really know what happened, but it offers unique gameplay, right? You just came from the bus and transit and shooting and holding that down to now making more decisions going in and out of the little mini boat, and now you can try to hold down the front of the boat and try to hold down these other positions in front of you overall. And if we keep going, and
This
there's
is great. You're actually the tour guide.
yeah, that's right. Welcome to Museum of Natural
We're
History.
gonna sell some membership
Swag.
afterwards.
We got some shirts that we'll be selling at the end of the tour. But it's awesome because the whole outside is in the marshes. It's really creepy. And then we come over here, and now we've entered into the asylum. Again, players will sort of recognize this as really creepy
Berruct,
chair, creepy
ok.
lighting. Just lean into
Vabbè,
each of
raga,
these
in pratica hanno
exhibits.
fatto Revelation sul
zombie
multiplayer.
Sì,
Overall,
Sì,
and then we're
infatti.
back at
e
sort of
andava
the front.
fatta solo
So
sul
each
multiplayer,
area
non,
has its
non
own
sul
distinct
zombie.
overall of exhibits, which is really cool. When we talk about how did we lean into this
Oh.
sort of zombie theming and operation. This was really exciting for us
Comunque
to get
sti,
into these
spero che queste
different
mappe siano piene di
areas,
easter egg
this zombie
perché
lore,
Può
and really
essere.
enhance it
Sarebbe
sort of
figo,
MP
può
wise
essere.
how we can play it.
I've never played an MP map that feels so much like a zombies map.
Oh, guarda, c'è Scino Numa.
But it's its own creation in and of itself.
And it's so different from each side, right? Like now we're outside in the creepy marshes.
questo che
And
cazzo, che era
we've
quella
got like
cosa,
a
raga?
bomb site here, so you get some really
Il-
interesting
la
gameplay
cosa
of, like,
della
the
nuova
water
mappa,
and
sì.
coming in and out overall.
Cioè della vecchia
and then
nuova
just
mappa.
cutting through all these different buildings is really, really exciting.
Again, come back to the creative
Vabbè, c'è il
process here, 'cause
poster
you're mixing
solito di
so many,
Shadows
so
e
many
Mob.
like different locales from like and so much heritage. I mean, how did you land on these spots?
It was surprisingly difficult. We actually took stock of like all the zombie maps we have done. Right?
Yeah.
We were like, okay, we want to do a museum idea. What are the sort of the best ones that offer unique gameplay? Because if it wasn't going to provide gameplay, it wouldn't be right for multiplayer, right? So the bus was kind of like everyone was like, dude, I want to get in the transit bus. I want to get in that bus, right? And I want to shoot from it and try to hold it
Letteralmente
down. I wanna get
Wanderer.
on the moon and fight in that crater and be on the surface of the moon because we haven't been able to do that in MP. And you get your little fakery here where you can do it. So each one had to really offer some really unique gameplay. And if it didn't have that, then it kind of didn't hit the.
Chissà se
sort of,
nella sezione
sniff
Moon ci
test
sarà
and
la
the
gravità
Ci
unlock
stavo
of this
pensando
one.
adesso.
Non mi
We'll talk about
sembra.
Forse con un
that
pulsante nel
between,
cazzo.
like sort of the zombies.
Grazie per la
heritage, but
lava
also,
finta.
I mean, whenever you were outside,
Meno male.
some new gameplay variety, around the edges.
Yeah, we wanted to, it's twofold. Use the thing that was iconic from zombies, use it in a new, interesting way, and then try to offer some really unique ways.
Comunque
to
ce l'hanno il
engage
modello
in
del
around it.
bus per
This
fare
map,
il remake di
because it's
Transit,
so
cioè.
vast, has so many
Per favor.
decisions. Not that
Ma
you
non
get
hanno solo
overwhelmed, but
quello.
everywhere you go,
Hanno un po'
you really
tutto
have to make
ormai,
some
eh.
thoughtful decisions, right?
Effettivamente.
If I'm in the bus, do I hold it
Se su
down?
Blackout c'è
Or am I
veramente green
moving? Am I
run a
going
sto
through the
punto.
wicked waters? Am I going on the outside? If I go on the outside, do I go in the water?
No,
Do I
ma
come
non c'è,
back out of it?
non credo ci
Do I
sia
go
ormai,
back
eh.
into
Cioè,
Titanic?
perché alla fine
Credo
l'unica
che
cosa
ci sia la
l'unica
cosa da
che
fattoria.
la
a-
farm,
This playground
credo
of
di
all
aver
the
visto la
different
farm
exhibits,
nel multiplayer.
to do what they kind of
Penso che sia dalla fattoria alla corrente. Senza la corrente forse.
Può essere.
All right. How do the call
No, sì, la corrente sarebbe troppo grande come
Has there
posto.
been a lot of that?
Oh, this map is the best for landmarking, right? Because you're like, I'm on the moon, and everyone's like, yeah, you're on the moon, and then I'm in transit, right? So it adds a gameplay element, like you're saying, which is really cool. This under here is like the archive room, if you think
Bello.
like Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they've got all the old stuff. This is kind of the idea here.
You got the best men on it.
Yeah, best man.
No, that's interesting because I mean, whenever you talk about one of the hallmarks of Treyarch map design, it's just like there are always these landmarks that you can kind of call out to. Was this just like hitting the easy button?
Yeah, it was easy to landmarking. Making them fun and work for multiplayer was the hardest thing iteration-wise overall. But we're really happy with where we landed. I'm really excited for players to get their hands on this and kind of have some of the fun that we've had with the map and also find some of the Easter egg. I mean,
Ecco, grazie.
awesome dog, right? Like there's so much cool zombie stuff. There was like, c'è
il cane spaziale di Black Ops 3.
Studio that have never played multiplayer,
Yeah.
and they're like, I saw you use the zombie thing from the previous map, and we're like, yes, we did. It was awesome. Thank you. And you made that X years ago, right? Pretty awesome overall.
You can see the creativity being unleashed in this operation, especially from the map team. It's been awesome to see.
Yeah,
Sì,
super cool.
creatività.
But wait, there's more.
That's right. So the last map in the operation PATATE is Havana. So we're bringing back Havana,
Okay.
which we're
Zombie
super
hanno già
excited about. And if you think
finito.
about
Mappa,
the,
mappa
again, the
dentro.
order
Un'altra
of the maps, we went from the Austrian Alps under Schaden
Ah,
all the way
vabbè,
to
Havana,
the Louisiana
sì, sì.
marshes.
Questa qua penso
right,
sia
with
gratis.
Remnant, and
Non mi
now we're in
piace
Havana,
vedere
which
i
takes
fogli che
place
vadano
in Cuba.
sottoterra.
And this map is so drastically different than the other ones. this map is all about risk versus reward. High risk, high reward. This map has very, very long engagements down this center street. If players remember this for new
Ah, ma è quella di Black Ops
it's all
1.
about
L'ho
you
detto, è
can go
Havana.
down the street, you're gonna be
No,
super
io sto
exposed, or
dalla
you can
parte
cut
che avevano fatto
into
vedere,
sort
stavo
of a
pensando da una
plethora
mappa
of
di Black Ops 3.
different flanking options across the buildings overall, and this is where you start to get really sneaky
A
and
me
clever
piaceva
on the
Havana
stacked
perché
gameplay.
no, in
There's a guy
realtà non
underneath me, let me
piaceva per
get
un
under
cazzo.
here and try to get to
Non era
him
niente di che.
overall, which is really cool. We've
Vabbè, era
been
una
wanting to bring this
mappa
back
per
for
scontri
a long
montagna,
time
basta.
and trying to find the right time to do it. This felt like the right time. I know people go like, it's a zombies operation. That doesn't make sense. It was more of the portfolio of the experiences for the maps. And this felt right with the other maps
Solo
because it's so
perché c'è
different than the
scritto
other two.
Teatro de los
And the overall
Muertos
totality of the portfolio of
è
all the maps we've sort of released.
relativo a zombie.
Yeah, great sniping opportunities on
Oh,
here,
yeah.
down the street, from window to window. There's almost no other fight quite like this in the game in terms of sniper versus sniper in multiplayer.
Yeah.
Not
Io
a
direi
lot.
che continuiamo la
I
streaming
had
solo
great
perché
memories when
capì
we first did
la
this and
operazione
bringing
di
it back. It
zombie,
was pretty
quindi...
awesome. You know, you run
No,
around
solo per
shotgun,
capire
SMG,
Blackout
you
cosa
stay in the
mette.
back alleys,
pure,
you
ma
just
manca
try to
solo
own
quello,
that.
quindi.
And then for the guys, there's tons of guys on our team that are so good at sniping. I hate them. Bernard, shout out to you. Overall, is they will just sit here and destroy your face, and then you really have to think smart. Okay, I'm gonna get Spectre, I'm gonna throw some smoke out there, and I'm gonna go knife you, right? So there's ways
Immagina
to
dire
use
di
the
essere
tools to your
intelligente, però vai ad
advantage, and This
accoltellare.
map really challenges you overall to do that. Much in the same way the other ones, but this one because of the high cost down the street.
As you're spinning around here, I have to tell you, it's like I'm having like flashbacks.
Oh, same here. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, this one's awesome. We have our zombies sort of
Apro
tie-in.
Twitter.
Capito cosa consiste l'operazione di Blackout?
They basically
L'operazione
are
di
having a
tutto il
film
gioco
festival for
è
zombie movies.
semplicemente hanno messo tante cose di zombie su tutte le modalità e adesso mostreranno anche le aggiunte alla mappa di Blackout. Una che già sappiamo sembrerebbe e che sarà notte invece che giorno. Quindi ma sei felice? Adesso è cambiato fra notte e giorno.
Come ho detto io da 70 anni.
Bravo.
Te l'ho detto.
Oh, raga, hanno liccato gli
As we kind of
achievement.
wrap things up,
Sti cazzi, aspetta, non me lo dire.
Un attimo,
Tanto ci sono due easter egg 100%.
Lo diciamo alla fine.
I'm super excited.
No,
I
ce
mean,
n'è
we've
uno, vabbè, però
really
chi se
Lo
ne
diciamo
tried
alla
to do a
fine.
lot of different things for BO4, especially for the post-ship content.
Yeah.
The previous two maps and this map really lean into providing different experiences to really enhance the next one and the next one and the next one. So hopefully players appreciate that we're kind of stepping out of our comfort zone and the team's really trying to push themselves beyond their limits in terms of creativity and design and art and visual.
Avete solo
There's
preso
also
l'altra
some other
modalità.
news on the infected
Vabbè,
front.
comunque sia,
Yeah, we'll
carina,
have game modes
carine
coming
le
back.
due
It's like
mappe
we're not
zombie.
done yet. There's more coming. And of course, with the zombie
invece il
themed
resto
operation, we'll have infected coming back.
Buono.
Other game modes as well. Gun game's going to be coming back, and we're making a
Infected,
little.
vabbè, ma
a
c'era
little,
già.
change
Infetto
there,
e gun
where
game,
The
ok.
ballistic knife will be the last weapon that you get, so we'll be switching out the weapons a little bit. There.
Fino a lì lo sappiamo.
Stockpile and a lot of fun game modes coming and rotating throughout the operation.
Very cool.
Ok.
Cioè,
Thank you very much.
Stockpile.
Non mi ricordo.
Next up, we have one
Blackout.
Mr. Matt Schranz joining us to talk about all
Eccolo.
things Blackout. But first, let's check out this trailer.
No, non c'è
Vediamo.
Wonder,
Altro
Ok.
trailer, ok. Anch'io volevo Under
Trailer.
comunque.
Questa parte l'avevo già vista, era nel...
Ah, c'era, sì.
Sì.
Beh, c'è la nebbia barra ombra, cioè tenebre...
Porco.
buio, notte.
Hanno messo l'Azmat di Black Ops 2?
Sì, ma ci sono questi 4 personaggi qua.
No,
Che
5.
non ho capito.
Vabbè, ok, Rasman.
Vabbè,
Che è più negro.
Troppo magro.
è più magra.
E lui che sembra uno dei CDC. Anzi, non sembra.
Infatti,
Lo è,
secondo me è
esatto,
uno dei
lo è.
CDC di Black Ops 2.
Solo che
Ha un
tipo c'ha la tuta distrutta. Sì, c'ha
Drake.
la tuta distrutta.
E
È lui, è lui.
Lì la tipa e l'altro non so.
Aia. Magia Rasman
figo.
che non sa che cazzo è
There we have
successo
it.
e
Just like we
magicamente
said
è
at the
finito
top
nel
of the
mondo di
show,
Blackout.
zombies will be
Esatto.
coming to
C'è
every
Wanderer.
element of Black Ops 4, including
Vediamo.
Blackout. And here today to tell us more about what that zombies experience looks like within Blackout
No.
is Matt Schranz, senior game designer. Matt,
Peccato.
back stream.
Thanks for having me.
Direi che la live può
Operation
finire,
Apocalypse Z,
basta.
zombies into Blackout. What's the team thinking? What was your approach? What are the themes, the ideas? Tell us about that journey.
Well, it's we've got a long history with zombies. Zombies aren't new to Blackout. You know, we've got our zombie destinations with your basic wandering zombies if you happen to go around those areas. And with Apocalypse Z, we really wanted to see how we could further integrate that history that we have with zombies into the Blackout. Just gameplay and thematics, whether it's in our large Blackout map, whether it's in Alcatraz. So there are, you know, tons of ideas thrown around, and I think we've come away with some really nice stuff.
So I think maybe to get a better feel for how you're translating some of those themes, it'd be nice to take a look at a build. And if I'm not mistaken, you brought one with you
I
today.
have one.
There we Boom.
Yep, there we go.
All right.
Ok, grazie. Gameplay fa sempre
What we're gonna take a look
piacere.
at here is our main map.
La
And
nebbia, che
this
sarà una
Ok,
bestemmia.
sono sopra coso.
Really,
La
what I was
diga.
alluding to of really embracing that zombies vibe.
Yeah.
You never know what's out
L'operazione
there,
Blackout
creeping in the
semplicemente
shadows.
consiste nel
So right off the
mettere
bat, you can see
zombie e
here
zone
I'm up on
nuove.
Hydro.
Letteralmente l'unica cosa che non
And
piace di zombie è la
visibility is
nebbia.
low, John.
Sì,
It's like you've taken me into like a John Carpenter film.
stavo rispondendo alle
We're
domande.
trying to hit
Sì,
those
sì, sì,
notes.
sì.
So this is what you're seeing here is the foggiest version of this map that we're gonna see in Apocalypse Z Operation.
But the fog is something that the team kind of plays with a little bit, dials up.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, you know, visibility and impacting that in gameplay. We have experience with that, even in Black Ops 4. We've put some things out there, and we've seen the feedback. So this is one that we want players to be able to opt into. And since players can opt into this map, we've decided to push that quite a bit further than we did on our the other main map, which has the fog pulled way back.
Sure.
But for this, since it's going to be its own featured
Quindi con
playlist,
la roba
I think
POG
for now we're going to
ci
start
sarà
off
solo
with
in
a
una
core
playlist
quads,
specifica.
Sembra
on
di
the heavy
sì.
fog map. So I'm just going to hop right into a helicopter, and we can kind of take a look at how
Lui
far
non
we
usa il
pushed
noclip,
this
lui usa
and
l'elicottero.
really tried to embrace that vibe of zombies.
Distrutto,
So the waters are flowing red. I'll leave that up to the
Bello,
imagination.
si vede troppo,
of
raga.
everyone out there of,
Madonna, raga, che
why the
gameplay.
waters are red.
Sangue rosso.
But
Sangue il
that's
mare
another
rosso.
part of this vibe. This
c'è il mare
Apocalypse
rosso?
Z,
C'è il mare rosso
zombie
nella minimappa è
theming
blu.
that we've pushed all throughout Black Ops 4.
Infatti io vedevo solo...
Fanno incazzare queste
No,
cose.
no, è rosso, è
So,
rosso.
I'm smoking. I'm going down. It's inevitable. I'm gonna take a stop off at Asylum.
Era una bella scusa
One of
per
my favorite
scendere
places to
dall'elicottero,
drop,
ok.
And I think it's pretty
Sì.
appropriate now that we're looking
Ma
at
che personaggio è?
you know, our
The Gosol Woods.
So just another small thing, but a fun thing that we've added in this version of Blackout that most of the players will be familiar with. If you've played Alcatraz Portals, we've added wall buys to Asylum.
I wall buy.
Ok.
We'll be rolling out more in zombie destinations
Ok.
throughout the operation.
E ci mettono quelli di caos.
Sì, cozza un sacco, cioè, cozza un sacco, non mi piace.
Ci mettono quelli di caos, porco
And you're going to
Dio.
find those wall buys throughout
Stavo per
Asylum.
dire io, proprio cozza troppo.
And you'll be able to find some nice zombie slaying weapons throughout there.
Next, you're going to tell me that you put zombie Easter eggs in there.
Ooh, it's possible. What? It's possible. Treyarch has been known to dabble
Mi sa
in
che non ci hanno messo niente.
eggs of Easter.
The dark arts of Easter eggs.
The dark
Okay,
arts.
spero.
I won't go any further than that, but you know, one could make the assumption. You know what? I'm not
giustamente
gonna
ci
give them
spara.
that chance.
Così si può spostare.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna chance it, John.
You know, that would never slow me down.
Lo sai che tanto non scoppia, non può scoppiare a caso.
So, throughout the season, you're going to experience some very cool zombie-related
Avevo
things
capito.
in these maps and in this operation.
Vogliamo vedere
You know,
Transit.
one of which may involve zombies, may involve
No.
new zombie types.
Ah.
You guys are mixing it up with some of the zombies AI.
Yes. Yeah. We are going to introduce new AI types, new zombie AI types throughout the operation.
Cani su Blackout.
Some will be targeted to limited time modes.
Non lo so se si
some
intende
will not.
i cani, però...
Vabbè, te
And
zombie
one thing that I
diversi.
wanted to show you here is that
Zombie nella
with
casa.
that,
Oh yeah.
say you're hiding in this room.
How safe am I?
you're not
Oh,
going to be as safe
figo.
as you once were, John.
Cosa?
So on top
Senti.
of the AI zombies, we've added the ability for the AI to tear down doors.
Abbattere le porte.
So if you think you're safe, you're not
Si
really
può
safe.
abbattere le porte in generale,
And then
non
with the
solo i
introduction
zombie.
of destructible doors,
Le puoi sbattere per
we've
terra?
also worked that
No,
into
le fai
how
esplodere.
players interact with the
Vabbè, ma
doors.
penso potevi anche prima.
So what I'm going to show you
No?
here
No, no, no.
is you're going to toss an explosive at that door.
Penso che
And
questa
the door's
comunque sia
gone.
una cosa che lasceranno.
So much like we did
Sì,
with
sì,
the
questa
garage
la
doors,
lascio.
which
Cioè, era anche
some
ora.
of you may have
Cioè,
noticed. I don't have a
l'unico
garage
gioco che non ce
door
l'avevo
handy
fondamentalmente.
here, but a few updates back, we added the ability for you to shoot the button on a garage door, lifts that. It's going to be similar.
Okay.
You're gonna have to pay a little bit more attention when you're inside of a room. You're not going to be able to have that door safety quite as much as you once was.
If I'm not mistaken, there are a couple things in the trailer that we just watched that are going to be making their way into Blackout at some point during the operation, probably in a few weeks here. One of them was the motorcycle with the sidecar.
Yes.
Yes.
Very similar to the ATV.
Yes.
Fast
Hai
moving,
visto che
low health.
coglione.
But you and your buddy can ride along and pretend that you have your leather cap on and scarf flying in the wind.
Pretend?
Maybe that's just me, I don't know. But absolutely love zipping around in the motorcycle with sidecar.
Dai,
So
point
new
of
vehicle,
interest,
yes.
dai.
All right. And then there were a couple familiar faces, but we'll come
Wonder
back to
Weapon.
that in a bit.
Rasman.
As you kind of like
Wonder
look
Weapons.
ahead down the road,
Non ho sentito.
there are some things sort of just peeking over the horizon here, and I believe that Wonder
Sì.
Weapons is,
Sì,
is on that
okay.
list.
Yes. Like I said, we're really trying to embrace.
Ho visto che c'era tipo una sorta di spingarda, cioè una roba che stigliava un po'
that
spingarda,
includes,
però
like
non
you
era
said, the
lei.
zombie
Ah
Easter
sì,
eggs.
che sparava normale però.
And
Sì,
some
l'ho
of the
visto
Easter eggs
prima.
inspired by some of the community's favorite Easter eggs on Black Ops 4 and previous Black Ops.
Ma comunque la
titles.
spingarda c'era già,
And
calcola,
then that also includes
Blackout.
some Wonder
Giusto.
Weapons.
su Alcatraz.
I
L'ho
don't want to
trovata
get
una
into too
volta.
many specifics.
Ah, beh, su Alcatraz.
Pietificatore.
An Alistair's Folly. You may see a ray gun
Alistair's
here and
Foil,
there.
ok.
But I'll leave it at that. I've teased, but there will be more. Yeah.
Let's,
Ok, ha detto che
let's
c'è la
tease
cosa di
something
Alistair.
else.
Ok.
Let's do our hair.
Per hat, what's that?
Our hair.
Non ho
Hacker
capito.
No.
su
No.
Blackout.
Okay.
No, actually, we'll take that one away for later.
Okay.
So, for anyone
Ha
that has
fatto una
been
battuta
asking
sul fatto
about
che sono
infected
operati.
coming to Blackout, what you got?
Ooh, that would be fun.
What?
We should do that.
Take notes.
Yes. So, I mean, it was kind of a no-brainer for us. We're sitting around a table. What if we had a game mode that revolved around infecting humans? And we do. It's infected.
Ok.
It's.
Ho sentito infetto.
It's
Sì,
obviously
sembra-
into,
in,
Blackout and Battle
Blackout.
Royale, last man standing, single life,
Ok.
circles.
Quindi
it's gotta
quando
behave a
muori
little
ammazzi la
differently.
gente.
So we've
Sì.
Bello.
kind of taken that thought of survivors on this huge map, fog covered, and then how do we kind of integrate the infected zombies? How do players become infected? How do you win? What does squad placement look like? What does circle look like? What can a zombie drive an
Range.
ARAV? The answer is no. We consulted with many zombies and not good drivers. Not good drivers.
I zombie non possono guidare.
So
ok.
yeah, that
Meno
game
male.
mode
Like
is going to be called
Cringe
Pandemic
qualcosa.
because it's not entirely infected, as the players know, but it is the spirit of infected of you want to survive. We've been having a
Sembra
blast
che la
with it.
mappa, quella
I
con la
can't wait
nebbia,
for it to get out there.
è solo con la
And
playlist
this
da
Sì,
4
sì.
giocatori.
Sì, sì.
really adds to the
Era specificato.
Leo hanno mostrato gameplay della mappa nuova di zombie, gameplay delle mappe
tre
multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean
E qua adesso stanno mostrando
like I said,
Blackout.
I've got my
La
Outlaw
mappa
here
zombie è
with
solo
3X
Newtown.
and it's
Un po' più grande con cose
it
sotto.
really gets in your head. So
Che
especially
però
hanno
le
detto
cose
che
sotto sono
late at
come i
night,
bunker di
headphones on, lights
Newtown
off,
su Blackout, quindi
Blackout,
you're in for
quindi
a good
niente
time.
di nuovo.
You're tooling
Cioè,
around, firing
relativamente
in
nuovo.
range, and maybe you see those targets moving back and forth, and you look at them, maybe do a double take on those because several times in the playtest, it's is that an enemy? Is it not? So yeah,
I
it's,
didn't give away my position.
right. The answer is always yes.
Yeah, I like to take it a step further and just use all my bullets. Just
There you go.
all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt, thanks for taking us through that. Really appreciate it. Before we wrap things up, though, I got to ask: is there anything that you are particularly excited about with Apocalypse?
Good question. I mean, I'm very excited about this operation as a whole. But as we've worked through these different things that we've been talking about, I think the one I'm most excited about is something that we haven't talked about yet, and that's Alcatraz, the version that we've cooked up for Apocalypse Z and the game mode that's going to be featured on that.
Do you have a build? That
I
you
do,
wrote?
John.
Outstanding.
I'm glad you asked. Yeah, so let's
Nuova
take a look here.
Alcatraz.
Sì, è tutta scura.
Immediately, again, right
Cioè, è
off the
un
bat,
po' più
you can
fedele
see
rispetto
a
a
little
quello
bit darker.
originale.
Yeah.
It's nighttime in Alcatraz on the rock. So right off the bat, again, really trying to hit on those creepy zombie vibes. And you're gonna have to be a bit more careful and a bit more
fatto proprio
methodical
male.
as you move through this. Let me get my level 1 armor.
Il volume è basso,
Story of my
davvero?
life. So
Subito.
on top of the night version of this map, the game mode that we're gonna release for Operation Apocalypse Z is what we're calling Alcatraz Portals Horde, and we know that people love Alcatraz Portals. It's one of my favorites. It's heavily requested. Anytime it happens to get removed due to it being a limited time mode, immediate tweets and Reddit posts about wanting to bring it back.
Your fault.
All my fault.
Totally.
I take full blame. But that said, we really kind of said, what can we do to that kind of core Alcatraz Portals with Portals redeploys? What can we do to amp up that zombie madness that we're going for? And that's where the Horde modifier comes into. So essentially, we've just drastically increased the number of zombies. So when you're moving through this map, you're going to have to deal with a whole hell of a lot more zombies.
Vabbè, Blackout è
than
una
you're used
merda, ho capito.
to.
Come sempre.
And we've reworked the pathing and navigation of the zombies. So in Alcatraz, they'll typically spawn in certain parts of the map, jail cell, parade grounds. We've reworked that so the zombies can spawn and navigate anywhere in the map, so you're never safe from those, on top of having to deal with the other players. And then in addition to just drastically increasing the count of zombies, what we've also done is we've also introduced new AI types in Alcatraz.
Brutus.
So you may run into a young man by the name of Brutus.
E vai.
Yeah.
L'ha messo.
Sì.
You may run into a pack of dogs that typically go by the
Cani.
name Hellhounds.
Oh merda.
Right?
AKA.
Hellhounds. So, yeah, I mean, it's just madness. You get in here, it's 40 players, a hell of a lot of zombies, and you're fighting all of them. So, a little detail to mention is typically in Alcatraz Portal Horde,
Gigi di
the
banno.
way it works is you have to kill a certain amount of zombies to unlock the magic box, right? With this, you're going to have to take down Brutus the Warden.
È solo disinformazione.
So we've changed how the magic box works for this game mode, and there
Magic
a few little
box.
surprises here and there. But the main gist of that game mode, and it's why I love it so much, is it's Alcatraz Portal's craziness kicked up to 11 with tons of zombies.
Kind of recapping, it's like between the sort of heavy and light fog versions, all the map changes that the team is bringing to Blackout in general, Alcatraz Portals Horde, and then you've got Pandemic out there on the horizon, coming down the pipeline. Sounds like the team's been super busy getting this done.
Yes,
A lot of hard
absolutely,
work.
absolutely. We're always super busy working on whether it's the next operation, the new game mode, the new weapon. It's always fun.
No, non ti
We
permettere.
always enjoy it. But this one has really, brought everybody together. And like I said, we've really
No.
embraced that Treyarch zombie heritage. And I'm super proud, and I know the team's super proud of what we're going to share with the fans.
Awesome. Matt, thanks for swinging by. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Okay,
Also
man,
today,
just
we
say
are
it
joined
for
in
today.
studio by a very special guest.
Key?
Someone with a very long relationship with Black Ops, as well as Treyarch, and also happens to be lead singer for one of the biggest metal acts of all time. Joining us today is none other than M Shadow's lead singer of Avenged Sevenfold and our director of audio, Mr. Brian Tui.
Oh, la nuova canzone di
Thank you.
So
Cal.
let's start in with
Cioè
your
di-
relationship with Call of Duty and
come
Treyarch.
cazzo si chiama?
We've
Alpha
been working
Omega.
with you
The
for a
Avenged
long time.
Sevenfold.
Like, tell us about your involvement with all
Nice.
things Black Ops.
Yeah, you know, my relationship came from just being a huge fan of the game, and we were playing on the road. We were playing, you know, in life in general.
Yeah.
And then an A&R guy of ours, Mr. Craig Aronson, who passed away, but he knew Mark Lamia really well, and so he said, "You got to meet Mark. He, you know, is Mr. Call of Duty." So I met Mark, and we just hit it off, and we've been friends ever since.
Awesome.
And then my obsession with Call of Duty grew by just hounding him about questions about Call of Duty and this and that, and somehow I weaseled my way in, and we got involved.
Well, talk a little bit about that working relationship. What's it
Avenged.
So it's been awesome. It started off really innocently
Giusto.
because Mark Lamia
Yes.
said, "Hey, do you know who Avenged Sevenfold is?" And I knew who they were. I knew who you were, I guess, but I hadn't listened to a lot of their music, you know. So he gave me a CD and I listened to it, and we had a celebrity map about to come out, which was called The Dead, and I thought, you know, celebrity map, celebrity this all kind of works. So I told Mark, yeah, let's give this a shot.
Well, I mean, this relationship, I mean, it track it all the way back to Black Ops 1. Matt, you guys did a track, Not Ready to Die. There was Jade Helm on Black Ops 3, Matt Hatter for Black Ops 4. I mean, tell us about some of these creative endeavors. Like, tell us about the inspiration and sort of what drew you to some of these songs.
Well, for us, like, we'd never done like a collaboration or anything for anyone because we just were really precious with our music. We didn't want to put it in too many things, and we just felt kind of just wasn't our vibe. But with something like Call of Duty, we were huge fans of it. We were playing it all the time. It really helped me through a hard time when we lost our best friend and drummer, the Rev. I was playing a lot of games, and I met a whole network of people through the game. So it was more of an emotional soft spot for me and for the guys. And so with something like Call of the Dead, we got the call, and we were just excited to actually make a new track instead of giving you guys something that we had already, you know, put out. We wanted to do something fresh. So got together with this guy, and we had some meetings and wanted to hear the storyline, what was going on, and we just incorporated everything that we could into that zombies experience.
That's a very modest overview of how that process worked.
Yeah.
I was talking to Brian the other day, and he was talking about just how involved you got with it, because, you know, for a band that's, you know, pretty precious about your music, like, it sounds like you dove right into the process. What was that creative process like between you guys?
Well, I mean, the very first meeting we came in, you know, I didn't really know what to expect.
stanno
'Cause,
parlando
you know,
davvero
different
del
artists work in
rapporto
different
con
ways.
Treyarch,
And, you know, he
Treyarch.
came in and was like,
Avenged
I'm a huge
Sevenfold,
fan,
sì.
I play all the time. We were looking at an alpha version of Call of the Dead, let him play through it a little bit, and he just kept coming back to the story. What's the story? What's the story? And at the time, I was doing a lot of the story stuff, and so, and as most people know, we were really vibing with the community a lot. So while we had a spine of the story, there were so many loose ends and everything to keep track of, and I'm like, this would be easier for you to just read. So he said, give me the docs. And I'm like, okay.
3 terabytes
So,
later.
Yeah, I mean, I gave him like an enormous amount of material, and I don't know, it might have been like a week or 2 weeks, and,
Yeah.
and you came back and said, I'm going to do this from Rick Toppin's perspective, and that was that.
Yeah.
I thought, wow, that's so cool if these guys want to dive in and sort of help us tell the story using one of their own pieces of music. It's great.
Well, now it seems as if you are the story, because while Operation 5 Apocalypse Z is out tomorrow, the M Shadow's character will be making an appearance in Blackout in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So
Career highlight.
from an existential point of view, like what's that like?
It's amazing. It's a dream come true.
Lui nel gioco,
think,
wow.
I mean, I can't wait to see what kind of videos people make of my character and
You're
doing
riding
funny
around in a
stuff. Right?
sidecar with Danny
Yeah,
Trejo.
well, yeah, the trailer looks amazing. But I'm really excited to see what people do with this. I mean, I've seen a lot of, you know, I frequent Reddit a lot. I see a lot of, you know, people saying they want the Avenged Sevenfold characters, especially after you guys made a video for us and at the end of, for Carry On. And people were like, just put the characters in there. And so now they get their wish. Our fans are going to have a good time with it. And I'm expecting a lot of, you know, shenanigans with my character for sure.
when has the internet ever engaged in shenanigans? Really?
Yeah, this will be the first time, right?
Well, we've got M Shadows coming to Blackout in the next couple weeks. I mean, stay tuned to all channels, Treyarch and Avenged Sevenfold for that. We'll keep people posted. But kind of zooming back out to kind of your life as a gamer, your lifestyle as a gamer. Rumor on the street is like you've got a pretty respectable KD. So
It's pretty respectful,
yes.
yeah.
Well, tell us what's going on in your world of gaming.
In my world of gaming, I've got pretty much a full LAN setup at my house because I have 2 kids and everyone has to play at the same time or, it's going to be problems. So I've got like about 6 screens set up, I've got everything. I mean, and we just play games. I got to limit them. Dad plays at night and then they get upset now that I get to play at night. They're like, why don't we get to play at night? Like, because you're 7 and you're 5. But it's funny, like, I'll play games all night with my buddies, play with Vaughn all night, give him a chirp in his ear,
Nice.
It's great. So if anyone wants stuff done in Call of Duty, you hit me up and I'll bug the crap out of Vaughn.
Note to self.
Yeah.
Very cool. But you're a big fan of the competitive scene as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think I was like the first generation where you were still a nerd if you played video games, but it was the first generation that we stuck with it. I'm 37 years old, and all my friends game, and now it's become a cool thing.
Yeah.
But when I was growing up, it was like, you're not going to be able to make a living at that. You can't do any of this stuff with it. Why are you doing it? You're wasting your time. And we just kept playing. And now,
Vabbè, per senti questi
now
io
it's
mo
becoming a cool thing where I
devo
like to
andare a
watch it. I
mangiare.
like to watch the
Va
competitive
bene.
teams. I
Stanno
like
di
to watch
incazzo.
FaZe. I like to watch
Vado,
Other Thieves.
poi
I like
forse torno.
watching the
Ok, ok.
competitions,
Stanco,
and I
però
think it's
forse
great.
torno.
It's awesome.
Bello, bello.
Outstanding. So, I mean, I guess
A dopo.
what you wanted to work with us and sort of get involved. Now you're in the game. Like, what is next in the world of Black Ops, Call of Duty wishes? Like, what could possibly be next?
We need an Avenged Sevenfold level.
There you
I mean, we need an Avenged Sevenfold multiplayer map. Like, it's like a stage and you're running. I mean, who knows? All
Have
of
you
our.
let Vaughn know?
Oh, I've been bugging him about that for like 5 years.
There we go.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Yeah. I need to meet the art department. That's what I need to do.
Next step.
Come on, guys.
We know.
Yeah.
We'll take a walk around.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything that you guys would like to offer in closing?
Well, I think we're gonna have some music in Blackout when you drop in now. Some fun stuff at Asylum, where they can unlock some songs and do some stuff. People that are in the know how to do that. And I think with the zombies theme of this, and it's darker, and how Blackout's taking a new look, I'm just really excited that my character is involved in this portion of it. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Outstanding.
Very excited.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Matt, thanks for dropping by today. Really
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right. And that is all for today. Thank you very much for tuning in to today's broadcast. And tomorrow, we will see you online for the launch of Operation 5 Apocalypse. Have a good one.
Ok. Allora. Di cosa hanno parlato? Praticamente in questa streaming hanno parlato di come zombie sarà presente in tutte le modalità. Letteralmente tutte le modalità del gioco. Nel multiplayer ci sarà una nuova mappa che sarà basata su un museo della storia di zombie, non nella storia nel senso della storia effettiva con i personaggi, però ci saranno pezzi di molte mappe, di cui ci hanno mostrato Moon, Shinonuma, anche della Chaos, il Pack-a-Punch, Transit, il bus. Molto carino, molto figo, mi piace l'idea del fondere. What? No, ok. L'idea di fondere zombie con le altre modalità è un'ottima idea, diciamo. Dovrebbe essere, per me dovrebbe essere una playlist. Non so se sarà così, ma spero che sia una playlist basata sul fatto che zombie puoi scegliere se vuoi partecipare al caos o se vuoi giocare come ti pare. Parlando di Blackout, hanno mostrato che la mappa adesso a quanto pare avrà una playlist in cui potrai andare e giocare con la nebbia. Ci saranno più zombie. i zombie saranno tecnicamente più intelligenti. E per quanto si è visto nei trailer, ci dovrebbe essere la zona di Green Run, cioè di transit dalla fattoria fino alla corrente, perché ci sono mi sono dimenticato come si chiama in italiano. Sono i campi di grano. Hanno fatto vedere i campi di grano. Come nuovi personaggi sarà Danny Trejo di Call of the Dead, Rassman di Black Ops 2, della Victis Crew, quindi stiamo messi abbastanza bene. Ci sarà anche appunto cantante degli Avenged Sevenfold, che non seguo purtroppo, però ci sarà anche lui, buono a sapersi. Multiplayer hanno messo anche la mappa, che a quanto pare ti vogliono far capire che la mappa multiplayer che hanno inserito sarà letteralmente sarà messa nello stesso momento in cui i personaggi giocano a Dres and Drake. Quindi tu la prossima volta che giochi a Dres and Drake, tutti voi, quando giocherete a Dres and Drake la prossima volta, immaginate che sotto c'è della gente che si spara e si ammazza e respawna magicamente, ma quello è abbastanza stile zombie. Bisogna capire cioè voglio sapere due cose: se il robot cade nella mappa in mezzo al game, e se a fine della partita o durante la partita la luna esploda, perché io voglio vedere la luna che esplode. Sarebbe un ottimo modo per fare un riferimento a zombie, molto carino, molto intelligente anche, quindi spero che non sprechino l'occasione. E poi si parla di Alpha Omega. Allora, Alpha Omega è letteralmente Nuketown, è più grande, sarà più grande di Nuketown del 400%, quindi 4 volte più grande. Sembra interessante. Per chi ha visto il trailer, si spawna dietro il cartello che ti nomina al posto. Quindi già lo spawn è un po' più distante rispetto a prima, non è del centro della mappa, è più distante. Ci saranno delle case che prima non erano esplorabili, che adesso lo saranno. Ci sarà il bunker, di cui vi potete già fare un'idea giocando a Blackout, anche se sembra un po' spostato, anche perché non ci sono le scale, nel senso di scale a pioli, dove tu scendi verticalmente, ma è inclinata, solita scala. Pagapanci l'hanno mostrato, hanno mostrato la Reagan Mark II, cioè non l'hanno mostrata, hanno mostrato una Reagan Mark II dentro un kit antincendio, quelli che si mettono dentro la copertura di vetro e tu spacchi il vetro, prendi. Si vede una Reagan Mark II là dentro, si vede un tavolo da lavoro, sempre dentro una di quelle case vicino allo spawn. I personaggi saranno 8, i personaggi giocabili saranno sia i primis che gli ultimis. Sembra di aver capito che sfrutteranno la meccanica che basa i personaggi sull'essere selezionabili prima della partita, nel senso che al centro c'è sempre Richtofen se si gioca la Etere, quindi penso che non ci potranno essere due Richtofen, ma quando si va a prendere la mappa, se al centro spawna o Ultimis Richtofen o Primis Richtofen, non potrai averne un altro nella mappa, ad esempio. Prendo come esempio Richtofen perché non solo sono l'admin Richtofen, ma è il mio personaggio preferito. Altro, ha detto che c'erano un sacco di dialoghi, ma letteralmente un sacco. Ora non ho capito se ha detto Craig Houston, cioè lo scrittore della storia. Non so se ha detto che saranno 1500 o 5000. In ogni caso sono tanti, ma sono proprio tanti. Ha specificato che i personaggi parleranno di come sarà bella la zona di Uketown. Nikolai Ultimis specificherà che devi essere un bilionario, cioè un miliardario per vivere qui dove c'è tutta sta roba. Altre cose, hanno detto che ci saranno i Nova Crawler elettrici, cani elettrici e i Nova esplosivi, i striscianti esplosivi, quindi saranno un grande problema. Ci sarà Ted dentro una finestra, non so perché, però ci sarà Ted, e ci sarà un boss che non so se quando Craig Houston ha parlato di boss intendesse boss nel senso di i cani, perché per me non sono boss, sono zombie alternativi. Non so se intendesse boss in quel senso, perché tecnicamente i cani sono nocivi, nel gioco si chiamano nocivi, quindi potrebbe essere che non ho sbagliato colpa sua. ha specificato che non saranno il boss di cui parla, non sarà il boss della mappa. Quindi probabilmente ci sarà una boss fight. Buona a sapersi, mi fa molto piacere. Si vede nei trailer la piramide che si apra e a me dà molto fastidio questa cosa perché io voglio che sia una cosa bloccata all'easter egg e nient'altro, non voglio che si apra perché spawnano gli zombie da là o qualcosa del genere, voglio qualcosa di complicato. Craig Houston ha anche detto che c'erano molte risposte riguardanti la storia. Come già detto il pagapance è visibile. La Reagan Mark II sarà modificabile e nel trailer si vede la Reagan Mark II doppia. Letteralmente la Reagan Mark II doppia. È molto molto interessante. Mi fa molto piacere sapere che la modificano. È specificato che sia una modifica americana fatta da coloro che stanno a Broken Arrow, quindi piacere che specifichino la storia, anche come questa mappa sia messa dopo Classified e Top Secret, vabbè, me lo chiamo in inglese, Blood of the Dead e Classified, di come sarà specificatamente una sezione creata appunto da Broken Arrow dove hanno fatto esperimenti e la Rega Mark II sarà un prototipo modificato appunto da questi scienziati. Craig Houston ha detto che ci sono zone della mappa che non hanno fatto vedere. Grazie, sono molto fiero del mio sfondo di Jojo. Stavo dicendo, sono zone che non hanno fatto vedere. Ha definito la parte superiore della mappa la punta dell'iceberg. Quindi ci dovrebbero essere molte più cose, molte cose più interessanti. Dai momenti sembra Riccardo è ispirato a quel meme di Riccardo che balla. È ispirato a quello. O meglio, c'è uno sfondo con delle ragazze che fanno dei movimenti. Poi hanno fatto il meme di Riccardo e poi hanno fatto anche questo, che è piacevole. Che chi non ha visto Jojo, guardate Jojo. Comunque, Zombie sembra una bella mappa. Sembra una bella mappa. Io spererei che uscisse a mezzanotte, ma mi sa proprio che come le altre, se non sbaglio, uscirà cazzo alle 9, cioè non alle 9, alle 19 di domani. Ed è un peccato, perché io vorrei tanto giocarla. Se fanno la sorpresa che magari esca a mezzanotte, lo spero. Sarebbe bello anche perché oggi mi sono ripreso lo sfizio di giocare a zombie. Ho fatto la mimetica d'oro della Welling, cioè della pistola iniziale, la prima. Quindi mi sto un po' rimettendo nel gioco, anche se l'esperienza non è molto piacevole. Non è tanto interessante, sarà perché ci gioco da troppo a zombie e quindi bene o male, anche se ho fatto poche modifiche, non mi prende più così tanto. Però la storia mi piacerà sempre, non vedo l'ora di vedere come finisca. Vorrei dire non vedo l'ora che finisca, ma ho paura che non finisca e ho la sensazione... cioè, non voglio avere troppe buone speranze perché potrei rimanere deluso. Quindi penso che sia tutto quello che c'era bisogno di dire. Ottima live, molto meglio delle precedenti. Sono felice che abbiano fatto del marketing per questa mappa, che hanno messo dell'hype con degli screenshot o cose del genere. Penso che fra poco o proprio adesso chiuderò la live perché abbiamo mostrato quello che c'era da mostrare. Vi ho anche fatto vedere il mio sfondo di movimento. Niente, spero che questa live vi sia sembrata interessante. Mi raccomando, per chi non è iscritto, iscrivetevi al canale, ci farebbe molto piacere. Ho anche un canale personale per chi è interessato, si chiama The Nicest One, THE Nicest One, un riferimento ovviamente a Richtofen di Blood. Se volete iscrivervi anche là mi fareste un piacere. Io spero che questa live vi sia piaciuta, per chi è rimasto fino alla fine. Spero che anche a voi sia piaciuta la live di Treyarch, perché bene o male mi è piaciuta molto, mi è interessata più del resto, perché non hanno fatto abbastanza marketing in questo gioco. Nessuno sapeva che fosse uscita Dead of the Night, ad esempio, che tristezza. Niente, spero che vi sia piaciuta la live. Da Richtofen è tutto. Mi raccomando, continuate a seguirci su Instagram perché posteremo altre storie. Speriamo che riusciremo a fare altre live, soprattutto gameplay sulle mappe nuove. Forse non mappa. Però, niente. Ci vediamo alla prossima live, se ce ne sarà una. Ci vediamo al prossimo video, ci vediamo al prossimo post di Instagram. E ci vediamo sulle prossime storie di Instagram che gestisco sempre io. Niente, ci vediamo ragazzi.